Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 3 million livestream. I'm Arbor617.
I'm Sam Small.
I'm ROYALE Nitrox.
I'm Skyfall.
I am Knight of Doom.
And I'm Little Thomas Kid.
And in this livestream, we're celebrating our recent 3 million subscriber milestone. Big thanks to everyone who's part of that 3 million. We're going to be giving you lots of first looks at some of the upcoming animations we're working on. We got trailers, we got renders. We're going to be kind of discussing some of it, as well as a chance to ask us questions live about each of the videos. So we got a lot to cover, so we're just going to get started. First, we're going to be looking at Battle Royale 3.
So that was just a small snippet of what's to come with Battle Royale 3. What you saw takes place prior to the events of Battle Royale 2 and gives us a little more backstory on Jack, one of the main protagonists from Battle Royale 2, focusing on how she came to meet Edward and other events leading back to present day with Rookie and Soldier as they try and win one last Battle Royale game while being hunted down by Jack. This time around I did all the building / set design by myself. Usually I'd open up a Minecraft realm and get help from a few Songs of War builders. But this time around, due to a few issues with realms, and I didn't want to make a whole server just to do this, so I decided to do it alone. I even streamed some of it on my personal channel, if you want to check that out. For the map, I'm using a tropical island map created by Hesha, which is ginormous. It is so big, easily the biggest map I've ever used. And having some troubles getting into Blender, but hopefully I can sort that out because once you see the map, it's definitely worth the hassle. I also modeled a few new assets for Battle Royale 3, some of which I'm showing off on the slideshow, as you can see on screen. Most of the weapons will be carried over from Battle Royale 2, so I didn't need to create a whole lot of assets this time around. But I hope you're all excited to see the thrilling conclusion to the Battle Royale trilogy. And yes, this will be the final animation for Battle Royale. Now, if you have any questions, leave them in the stream chat and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can. But the stream chat is very fast,
Go. Ask your
so
question,
it might...
ask your questions.
Q&A, Q&A.
Go!
You might want to even put like question in all caps or something if you've got a question. Anything about Battle Royale 3, anything for Thomas?
How long... It's Jay asks, how long do you think Battle Royale 3 will be on for? I assume you mean what length? I'm looking to make it at least over 10 minutes. Just so we get the extra 10-minute ad revenue, because that does help a lot. But I'm thinking it might be in more 12 to 13 minutes this time around. So, yeah.
That's a good question. Release date, that's probably a good thing. Probably go over pretty much any animation. What do you think the release date will be?
Release date, it's scheduled for early September, I think, right now. It was going to be released this month, but we've had like... I was ill, and then we had a massive heat wave, which pretty much like we lost a whole week of progress because of that. So now we're looking at early September.
We also just got 2 super chats. Thank you, Pixel Craftian and Angel
wow.
Aerith Gaten Fuentes. Thank you.
Why is it the last one?
So Pixel Craftian asks, how much main characters will appear?
Hey!
What if I just had a
We got another question.
Yeah.
What
was your one, Skyfall?
Someone asked, why is it the last one?
Well, I basically wrote this as a trilogy, so so basically just 3 animations, 3 videos. Battle Royale 1 beginning, Battle Royale 2 middle, Battle Royale 3 end. I think I might have a plan to do like a spin-off Battle Royale featuring zombies as Arby wants me to, but I think that's more of a meme than a actual.
What was the question,
thing.
Pixel Crafty?
We'll see.
Pixel Craftian asks, how many characters will be appearing in Battle Royale 3?
So there's 3 main characters: Jack, Soldier, and Rookie. With Edward coming back as like a little cameo. Edward was one of the main teammates in Barrow 2. But yeah, it's a smaller cast this time, but yeah.
Got a new super chat from Mirrored Fruit, who also asked a question. What brought you to do 3 Battle Royale animations?
Well, I did the first one and then it did really well, so I'm like, oh, I should do more of these. So I pretty much decided then whether after Battle Royale 1 did really well, I basically decided I was going to do 2 more. Just bite the bullet, because Battle Royale 1 did really well, so I may as well make it a trilogy. So I actually had a lot of Battle Royale 3 plot points written out before Battle Royale 2. Like, certain events and certain scenes in Battle Royale 3 were planned even before I started planning Battle Royale 2, so that's fun.
Maximus Jones asks if there will be any new vehicles.
Oh yes, there will be. As you can see on the slideshow, I modeled a new plane. Actually, it's not a new vehicle. We had a plane in Battle Royale 2, but these ones are like more like fighter planes, so they can go a lot faster. Stuff like that. I can fit more of them. In Battle Royale 2, there's only 1 plane, whereas the map is huge this time around, so this is gonna be a very big plane fight.
One question I'm seeing show up a lot that we probably should just answer now. I've seen people asking what we use to animate. We use Blender. It's a free program. It's a 3D program to use. It does more than just Minecraft, but we use it to make Minecraft animations.
Blender 2.79 specifically.
Blender 2.79, yeah, we're not on 2.8 yet.
2.8 breaks
Someone
everything.
asks if DERP will be in Battle Royale.
No.
Yeah, Thomas, will he?
Oh no.
He died in the first one. I can't bring him back. That'll be breaking canon.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
that's a
Was he
shame.
dead or was he playing dead? We didn't see him die. I mean,
That's true.
It could have
So
just been now.
desperate.
off-screen.
You want him.
That's
You want him in
very
so
true.
bad.
Oh, yeah.
Dimpy asks, will you do another free skin appearance in the Battle Royale 3 giveaway?
Probably. I need to start streaming it again on my personal channel. I don't think we're gonna do any Black Panther community live streams this time around. They just didn't do they didn't do as well as we hoped, so we just went back to our personal channels for streaming. But I need to start getting back into that. I would stream more, but I'm sort of doing the more simpler scenes first, and those are very spoilery, so I've been holding off on streams for a while.
It's an advertisement for our personal channel streams right there.
Yeah! Subscribe to our personal channels to watch us make animations live.
I see a
Mainly
lot of
Thomas and
good
I.
questions. Some of these questions are just ones you might even want to try to catch us on one of our live streams. If someone's streaming animating, I'm seeing a lot of questions that are kind of more technical related.
There was one earlier about soundtrack.
Yeah, it's all stuff like soundtracks and sound packs and stuff. But that's things, it's just, we can always go over those if we ever just have a question for that.
Oh wait, Megster Gaming asks, why did you choose Edward to die? Well, I needed someone on the good guys team to die, and Barrow 2 was trios. So Barrow 1 was like squads, Barrow 2 was trios, and then Barrow 3 is going to be duos. So Edward kind of just fell under the bucket.
He bit the bullet.
Bit the bullet. Yep, that's what I was going for. Don't know why I talk about buckets.
Well, it kind of went through his arm.
Yeah.
So maybe it bites
Went through his
anything.
chest. What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, sorry, that's me. Whoops.
Yeah. just get
Wrong bullet hole.
shove your animation in mine.
Yeah, we're just getting an arm shot off. How many more questions do you want to go through?
Do like 2 more. Well, I'm
Get
seeing a
your
lot of Water Part 2
questions
now.
Yeah.
Question, don't mumble.
Damn.
Wow. Okay, I'll see you guys.
Fire.
Good stream. Bye.
Oh no.
No more
Here's a good one. What was
He's
actually,
holding the
like,
wheel.
where's like the idea behind Battle Royale? How'd you get the idea for Battle Royale?
Well, the idea actually came from Hypixel Battle Royale. That's what the original Battle Royale animation was going to be. But then, as I was midway through animating that, or planning that even, Hypixel shut that down. So I sort of had to scramble and figure out what I was going to do. But then I was
Yeah.
playing a lot of PUBG at the time. So I thought, why don't I just base the animation on PUBG? So That's what.
You even had like the chicken parachutes at first.
Yeah, I did all the. I animated
were
all
so
the chicken
cool.
parachute rigs and
Oh yeah, little loops.
all
and
that.
We got to reuse them somehow.
I delete them.
That could be the bloopers.
Oh,
These are
what?
chicken
You
parachutes.
got rid of
I mean,
Oh no.
The parachutes I made afterwards were much better.
Yeah, I know, they were cool. Good bit. But you can do that for a blooper. Throw a blooper, I think, chicken parachutes.
Yeah. All right, I
Another
think,
donation came through from Pixel Craftian, and
Oh.
pretty much just asked the same question
Yeah.
that,
Hopefully that
that
answered
you
it.
just answered.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's enough of the questions for now. We'll be moving on to Awards Part 2 next. But first, if any of you didn't know, we have a Discord server. We've had it for a few years now, and we're trying to get more people on it. It's probably the best and easiest way to get to talk to us and talk to the community. We have different channels for chatting, posting your work, submitting fan art, a whole lot more. So if this sounds like your cup of tea, you can join using the link at discord.gg/blackplasma. And with that, enjoy this Worlds Apart 2 teaser.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that teaser for Worlds Part 2. I'm really happy with how you guys responded to the first one. I wasn't expecting such a positive response, and everyone was asking for a sequel, so here we are with the sequel. Worlds Part 2 picks up immediately after the first one, after my character fully charged the portal key using the energy from the blaster that I got when I was with Krista. Now, Krista was left behind, as if you remember from the first one. We don't really know what happened to her. You know, maybe she was captured, maybe she was killed, or maybe something worse could have happened. In this one, we explore more what the Drogue are really up to. We have in the first one we kind of see them, drilling and kind of taking over and taking the civilians. But in this one we kind of explore more why they want to do it and what they're going to use all the resources for. There are some new locations to reveal, as shown in the teaser. You can see Varric, the antagonist from the first Worlds Apart, approaching a new character, but we don't really know why they were taken there or what this new character is to Varric, whether they are hostile or friendly. The BPS team will feature more in the sequel as well, as including more patron skins. So if you'd like to appear in Worlds Part 2, you can become an Emerald or an Obsidian patron. As far as production goes, the map you see in the teaser is complete. This was completed on the Songs of War world with the help of the builders. And there are many more maps to start building that focus on more of the Drogue facilities. And even the map you saw at the end in the final battle, that's going to be slightly modified to accommodate for some of these new story elements. The design of the new character in the teaser you just saw, the kind of robot hanging from the ceiling, was completed by Zophie. And another design that has been worked on by Phoenix has also been completed. There's another Drogue unit that will appear later on in the animation. Thomas managed to model me a new weapon, which can change from an assault rifle to a sniper rifle. This is a new Drogue weapon that will feature heavily in the animation. Animation-wise, the teaser is the only animated segment so far, but as most of the pre-production is pretty much already done, minus some extra set design and maybe some loops created with some of the new assets, I can finally start working on some of the major scenes and getting ahead on production. That's about it for the discussion. Now I'll be accepting questions from the chat for the Q&A.
Submit all your questions right now.
We had a question coming a little early from Pixelcraftian. Guys, try to hold the questions till the actual question segment, otherwise we won't miss it. Pixelcraftian did another super chat and asked how Varric lost his arm.
Well, if you remember from the first one, when Krista was fighting Varric at the end, you see Krista's sword managed to get cut through his shields and sliced his arm clean off. So, can't use that arm anymore. He's a one-armed villain. Poor guy.
I was trying to think of a pun, but I couldn't think of one.
I already made shoot one in chat.
Oh, he could use a hand. Have you already used that one?
Yeah. Give him a hand.
Why do we always get the question, where is Derp?
Yeah, I just avoided asking that one.
Well, maybe he's in the second one. You
Yeah,
know?
he's in the
He's
first
hiding.
one, yeah.
He was in
Yeah,
the first one,
beginning of
so
the first one.
Let's hope not.
The BPS team will feature more prominently, so we'll see. We'll see what Derp is up to in this one.
This is a good question, similar to the Battle Royale one. Is that what inspired you to make Worlds Apart?
I think I went over it in the behind the scenes, but we I never played Half-Life 2. So at the beginning of this year, I tried to play through the first Half-Life and just couldn't get it was too hard. And eventually started playing the second Half-Life, and the Combine were a big inspiration for the Drogue. As well as Varric's weapon was inspired by the gravity gun from Half-Life as well.
Half-Life, yeah.
That is Half-Life, yeah. They're so similar, it's hard to...
Well, wasn't that
So
something
much
else? Is that we had kind of had the idea first, and then I was saying like, hey, that's starting to sound a little like Half-Life, but I couldn't really reference Half-Life without you having played it.
Yeah.
So some of the ideas of this whole thing kind of came first.
Yeah,
then
well,
we use Half-Life as a
one of the
okay, so I'll have
ideas
that as a-
originally was actually to do something more involving time. Was the idea, and then it kind of went more into multiverse. And multiverse is always, you can do crazy stuff with that. So I thought, okay, doing something with multiverse, and then I finished Half-Life 2 and was like, oh, this was amazing. I really want to do something like this.
We have a. Oh, you don't.
Super
We have another
chat.
super chat from Sugary U. Will there be more explanations about Krista's past in World Apart 2, as well as thoughts on maybe a longer series?
Smiley face.
Well, thanks you. Krista's past. Maybe not as soon as you would hope. In terms of a longer series, we'll just have to see how the second one performs. I think that's a good indicator. Luckily, the first one did really well, and about 90% of the comment section was part 2. So, if things go as well as that, then you can expect to see more from the story.
Mirrored Fruit asks, will Sam's tea play a role in Worlds Apart 2?
Oh.
Did your tea even feature in the first? Oh, it did.
Yeah, that's true. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I drank it at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
But when Derp ran into the
Yeah.
door, I was drinking. I was like, I drank it. Yeah, it will feature. Maybe it won't play a crucial plot point, but
Oh, I should have used that for fuel to refill the.
oh god,
It's
yeah,
like
well,
super-
you know how
Pour
much I
pour
like
the tea
tea,
in
so
the little key.
I do want to. Krista does need to try it, so if any motivation is good, I think that's pretty good.
Will you kill off the tea?
The death of tea.
Well, you remember in Armaletto's animation that it smashed.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
already murdered it and replaced it already.
Yeah.
Died
Yeah,
in tea
that's-
troubles
like-
too.
No, it's like
Yeah,
pugs.
it's
Just kill it off and replace it.
just keeps dying. Yeah.
Yeah. No
Same for
sentimental value
Trying to
whatsoever.
keep
Replace it.
questions a little more focused to the subject. I see a lot of good questions, but they're kind of general questions about everything. To keep it a little more focused on the animation or the animator who's talking at the moment. We can get into
When
some
will it
of
be
those.
released? Within the next few months. Next 2 months, I think, is a good bet. Like I said, I animating wise, it's pretty much only just started, but most of the pre-production is done. Just needs a few more sets building, so just
Building
a matter
off
of how
that.
quickly I can animate.
Building off of that, a lot of people have been asking in general, how long does it take to make an animation? So we get an estimate
Oh,
for Worlds
Yeah,
Apart.
Well, Worlds Apart the first one took a while for a lot of different reasons. The main one being just probably wasn't working on it as much as they should have been, but also a lot of the things like the Drogal had to have them designed, and all that little energy on the skins had to be figured out, all the weapons and visual effects, getting those texture packs to work. So in that case, that one took a bit longer than usual, but I guess for something around 10 minutes, maybe around 2 to 3 months as a minimum, I'd say. Depends on how... There's so many different factors in different animations that and then random things prop up and people, life hits you when you don't expect it. So
We probably have time for one more question.
Sure.
Someone can find
What's the tone of the animation?
Yeah, how did the tone shift between the parts?
The first one started out pretty ominous and mysterious and ended quite dramatically and went kind of sad, but then kind of got hopeful. This one would start out very probably kind of hopeful and end quite dire. So the tone would definitely be quite tense and bad. You'll see.
It'll be grim, maybe.
It will be grim, yeah. All right, well, that's about it from me. Won't be taking any more questions for Worlds Part 2. Up next, we'll be previewing Tiny Derp. But first, I'd like to take a moment to talk about the Black Plasma Studios merchandise. So, from today, all of our merch is 15% off for the next week. That includes t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, pillows, and much more for both adults and kids. To receive the discount, you simply have to, once you've selected all of your products and gone to checkout on Teespring, you scroll down, you click I have a promo code on the checkout page, and you type 15 off into the box. Then you just click apply and the discount will be applied. And we have merch for some of our characters like the DERP, and animations like Survival Games, Worlds Apart, Giant DERP, and the upcoming animation by Nitrox, SAYAMA Hunter School. If you head on over to Teespring, using the link in the video description, you can find some of the merch. As a reminder, everything is 15% off for the next week, so if you did want to buy merch, now would be the best time. We couldn't do what we do without your continued support, so please consider supporting us by checking out the merch. And up next is the discussion for Tiny Derp.
Go.
Tiny Derp is a continuation of Giant Derp, except this time, as the name suggests, Derp is made tiny. The magic wand is the only way for him to return to normal. In the animation, Derp has to overcome the challenges of being tiny to get his wand back. He'll have to make use of his surroundings and call on a couple of friends to help along the way. His biggest challenge will be his size because he's so tiny, as many people will not be able to see him. He's going to have to watch out to avoid being stepped on, chopped, or even eaten. What you're seeing on screen right now are just a few small snippets of some of the areas Derp will be seen in as he chases after the wand that's always just barely out of his reach. I've had a blast animating this one, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all soon. So the inspiration for Tiny Derp came when I finished Paradise Lost, and I was looking for another animation to do. And we're all throwing in a bunch of ideas, and what came to mind was, alright, not anyone's working on a Derp animation right now, so we'll try to think of an idea with Derp in it. And Giant Derp had done so well, and it was so well received, we're like, why don't we make Tiny Derp? So we started throwing together a bunch of ideas, and it just seemed to work with a lot of little funny moments that we came up with, like what you saw Derp riding on the bat, and he's going to be chasing after a pug, and there's like Derp on a snake, he's so small he's about to get eaten, or he's about to get chopped on a cutting board, all as he's chasing this wand that's always just barely out of his reach because people can't see him, and the wand's going to be traveling through a lot of different areas. So I've been working on that the past couple of months, and it's very fun animation, and that's our next one that'll have Derp in it. And now, you guys can feel free to ask any questions about Tiny Derp or for everyone at BPS in the stream.
Derp question time. I can get your Derp questions out. Hey, I got a question.
Alright, I'll be gone. See you guys.
Is Derp going to be in Tiny Derp?
Is Derp gonna be in Tiny
No,
Derp?
that's a no. No. So Tiny Derp will not feature Derp.
Bold
Tiny
move.
Derp. Spoiler alert: there will be no derp in Tiny.
Oh, this is actually an interesting question. Did you make everything smaller but the derp, or make the derp smaller?
I actually considered both of those things because I was having problems with clipping because the derp was so small. But I ended up making just the derp small and kept everything normal size. And even though I have to like slow my camera way down just to be able to get the derp in the frame without it moving off really fast and being out of the picture, I did make the derp small and kept everything normal sized.
Nice.
Someone asked, is it the wand from the magician in the?
It is the
Untitled
wand from the
Chapter?
magician, and you'll be seeing him reappear in Tiny Derp as well. He has an important role later on.
Someone asking about when is the estimated release date?
Estimated release date will actually be at the end of this month after SAYAMA Hunter School.
Pixelcraftian asks again with another donation. Thank you.
Another thank
When
you.
he was big, his personality changed. Why not now?
It's an interesting question.
I actually totally forgot
And
about
that's oh yeah, that's a very interesting question. Well, when he was big, we never really thought about that, did we?
I didn't think too much.
The animation is
Yeah, when
ruined.
he's small.
I think when he was big, we wanted him to kind of terrorize the city a little bit just for some cool
Yeah,
stuff.
because
But when
more of
he's
like a
small, he's more-
Godzilla, like
Wasn't the
chilling.
original idea there to have Derp just stay the same, but then it wouldn't make any sense if Derp stayed the same and destroyed our office?
Oh.
But the problem
yeah,
with him
in
small-
Giant Derp, yeah.
We basically
like-
wanted a new office, so we thought,
yeah,
we can have
yeah.
the derp destroy it.
Yeah, that's
that was-
literally a Giant Derp game.
that
We're
was
like,
why
we want a
Giant
new
Derp
office,
existed.
We'll just have Derp get big, destroy it.
Yeah.
So we had a motive for him to be mean. But now he's just trying to get big again because he's freaked out. You'd be terrorized if you were tiny. So he's not going to be terrorizing other people. Other people are going to be basically everyone in this animation is a giant
That's a good way
Derp.
of
Two
looking
Derp.
at it, yeah.
So he gets the reverse now.
Another super chat from Mirror Fruit. Do all the animations exist in the same universe? And if so, what's the timeline of the videos? Also excited for Tiny Derp. That's a good question.
Thank you.
'Cause, yeah,
I'm
everything-
excited too. So a lot of our animations are now starting to take place in the same kind of general office area. It depends on which animation it is, whether or not it takes place in the same timeline. Like Battle Royale, that's its own separate thing.
Yeah.
But like Sam's Worlds Apart, it starts off in the office world, and Tiny Derp is going to be in the office world, and we have a couple others that are going to be in what we call the office world. So those are generally all kind of in the same recognizable area. So you could say that yes, they are in the same world.
I
Kind of
probably
the
wouldn't
same
think of them
universe.
as chronological because these
Right.
animations are going to be coming out like at unknown times. It's not like Dark Hero comes out and then Worlds Apart takes place after the Dark Hero. It's just
Like,
kind of they all exist
It'll all be
together.
happening at the same time.
It's like when
But-
Worlds Apart came out and then Tea Adventure came out. Like those didn't take
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
like right after each other.
Yeah, there's not really a specific chronology, other than the only really thing that's in order would be Giant Derp would have been first because that was before we had the office. Then we had New House. Then everything
Yeah.
since then's been after New House, but not specifically.
What's funny is that one of the ideas we were throwing around as Endgame was coming out was to have a kind of
Oh, yeah.
Endgame style. We go back to previous animations and start getting pieces or finding specific characters, but we
was one
didn't
thing I
think of that
wanted
at
to
the
do.
time. There was no plan to do that, so we couldn't really make that make sense.
I think if I did a big BPS world animation, I'd want to do something with time travel. So
Do it.
do it.
Time
I
Trouble
will.
2.
Question: how long will it be? It'll be probably around 8 minutes. It's still
It's long
subject to
in the
change a little
bloopers.
bit though. Long in the bloopers. This may be the first 10-minute bloopers ever for one video, but we'll
Bloopers might
see.
be longer than animation. We'll see.
Yeah, we got a lot of blooper ideas for this one. This one's a really
Few
fun one to
questions
animate.
about Derp Fish. Will Derp's Fish be in it?
Derp's fish. It will be in there. It will appear several times. It won't play a major role in this one, but it will be there. You can't have Derp without the fish. Like two peas in a pod, they go together everywhere.
How many peas are in a pod?
I don't know. Good question. How many peas?
All right, moving on to our
anyone
next
in chat?
topic.
What's-
Peas. in a
Yeah.
pod.
How-
Yeah, on average, 6 to 7 peas are in one pod, but as many as
Oh.
20.
On
so we need
So
20
6.5.
We need
characters.
20 fishes.
We can't have Derp without Arby, Sam, Skyfall.
Oh,
Oh,
and
look, there's 7 of us. There you go.
God.
Everyone's saying 4.
All right, we have time
We'll,
for one
wait,
more
one more.
question. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
We already answered how many peas are in a pod.
There's one that says, how did Derp steal Bruno without Skyfall noticing, other than the fact that he's small?
Actually, Skyfall does notice, and that's something that you will see when the animation comes out. There's a lot of stuff that's not revealed because it would be kind of spoilery if it was, because this whole animation is jam-packed with a lot of action, and I'm really excited to show stuff, but I didn't want to show too much because that would ruin some of the really cool moments. So you will be seeing a lot of characters that you know and a lot of people that you know, and Skyfall will see Bruno, and he'll kind of be like, what? Why is he flying off? Because he doesn't see Derp. But yeah, you'll see when that comes out. That's going to be one of the really fun moments. All right, so that'll be enough questions for now. Up next is the teaser for SAYAMA Hunter School.
Alright, so SAYAMA Hunter School is the spiritual successor to Reverie, bringing back all the characters from past animations like survival games and Galaxy Wars. Many of you have anticipated the reveal to be Reverie Act 2 in the comments section of the community posts, and I hope that this series will meet those same expectations. This story is told in a Japanese-themed environment called Sayama City, where we follow the old Reverie cast attending high school. Until one day, they stumble into a supernatural conflict between demons trying to invade the world. Despite being thrown into a daunting new challenge, Naya and her friends remain willing to take on the fight to protect the city. I hope you're all excited to see the ongoing adventures of these characters and give this show the lengthy lifespan that I hope it to have. And that's all I really have to say about it for today, so we'll go on to the Q&A for any questions.
It's question
Question
time.
time. Question.
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 Ask a question.
I'm saying Naya dies.
Nyan.
We'll have to just wait and see.
Naya dies, dang, you called it already.
Naya, who told you?
Were you inspired by anime?
Yes. Very. Eternally.
Does this take place in the office world?
This one does not take place in the office world. I went and got on one of my old battleship boats and sailed to Japan.
Well, maybe this is the world.
Oh, so yeah, it could have.
Oh yeah,
Really, like,
yeah.
you're-
It's just
Just the
on
other
side.
end of the world.
Okay, yeah, I guess yeah.
You're in a
it
boarding
does.
school in Japan.
We could even have like a TV in an animation showing like
Yeah, what's going
Japanese demon invasion.
on? Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh no.
I could tell you.
Someone
Yeah.
asks if it's a
Oh.
sequel to Reverie.
We got a ship's question. Are ships allowed to happen?
You keep cutting off
You
Skyfall.
keep cutting Skyfall.
What?
off.
Skyfall? Oh my gosh, gotta be left.
why do you hate me?
Right, it beats
Sorry, Skyfall.
What was your question, Skyfall?
Someone asked if it's a sequel to Reverie.
Only in the fact that it takes all the same pre-existing things that were made for Reverie and just imports them over. So,
Story.
yeah, like
everything but the exact story.
Yeah.
Basically just the characters and
The
like,
basic
some weapons and
concepts.
stuff,
they're all coming over. This is just a lot more of an actually doable way to create an animation, because Reverie had a bit too many difficulties going for it. That made it harder for me to continue it.
Mirror Fruit did another super chat and asks, are ships allowed to happen in this animation?
Yes, very
Oh,
much.
yeah,
Have fun.
they
Go
will.
for it.
Go for it. Yeah, two ships
What
you
if
can
it-
have. You have- There's one type of ship, then there's
Literal
this
ships.
Yeah.
Like massive
You
boats.
can have
Yeah,
warships.
The boats just
Ships
like
everywhere.
Drive.
Can people ship the ships? Oh, if you done warships, people could have been shipping the ships.
You could ship
Yeah.
the ships.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the main.
Oh, and then put them in a package and ship it.
Surprise!
You
it
can
in
go
a
triple ship.
Oh my
spaceship.
god.
Oh no.
You can ship it in a spaceship. Quadruple shipception.
Will there be dialogue like in Reverie? That's a good question.
There will not. That was one of the difficulties that made Reverie not doable in the long term.
The best ship is the Titanic.
I agree very much with that.
Another, is Derp going to be in it?
This is the first time I'll answer with something that's not an absolute no. He might appear in a shot or two for like a few seconds, just because it's such a large area that there's just so much space to put background characters that I guess I'll very likely potentially put him in a shot.
What's
Once
that
or
doing in
twice.
Japan?
Derp snuck on the ship with nitrox.
It's in Asian Japan.
Yeah.
If we had an Asian derp,
Derp is the principal.
Wasn't Derp supposed to be like our Easter egg character where we just he was supposed to be like our Yi before we had the Yi?
no, that's Yi. Oh, well, yeah.
No.
Well, he kind of had a
I
major
think with
role in
Mega right at the beginning. That was
Sky
pretty
Wars
early
and
on.
then Mega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
always
they
gonna
were
have the
kinda
major role.
Crazy, man. You're
He used to be a
crazy.
villain though.
Wait, I saw a question I want to ask because I'm actually curious now. Someone asked, "Will Lina fall off something again?" Is that something like recurring that's happened? Has he always fallen off?
Oh, was she the one who fell off the
She
tower
had-
at the end of
That comes to
survival
mind
games?
is-
She fell off the thing in survival games. Was that her that fell off the tower,
Wait, no, I think
or was that the
I
other
can't
one?
remember. Was it her that fell off, or did I think she jumped off? Yeah, in survival games, those were intentional jumping off.
But then
But
in
she
Galaxy
died.
Wars, did she get fallen off? Something?
In
She
Galaxy
always
Wars, it
falling
was a kickoff.
off.
I thought
She
she
got
like,
kicked
then
off
what
the
about in
platform.
I
Reverie?
thought she literally got thrown out the window.
No,
Yeah,
that was
so-
Lena. Or oh wait, yeah, I got mixed up. That was
Yeah.
I was thinking Naya.
Was it
She always
Lena
gets
or
beat up.
Rosal?
Lena
Jeez.
was the one that got thrown out the window in survival games. Naya was the one that got kicked off the bridge thing in Galaxy Wars.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Oh, a question from Maximus Jones. Will this have other dimensions?
Yes, you called it.
That was easy.
Whether or not we explore this alternate dimension in the near future is the question mark.
Someone asking about the general release date of the animation.
Oh yeah, I was always gonna go over that.
Yeah.
Soon trademark.
Yeah, this
Someone
one
else-
actually probably gonna be the soonest to fall them.
It's going to be a standalone or become a series.
I would very much hope that it has a very lengthy lifespan, and not going to say exactly how long, because, you know, bad idea to make those kind of long-term projections, but my hopes are really long time.
It's got
Have
the
time for
universe
one
kind
more
of set up
question?
so you can continue on.
Mm-hmm.
Time for one more?
Yep.
All right, one more question. Question it.
Can I use it on this one? Can you just put water on the lava demons
Yeah,
to stop them?
I like that one.
You know what? I
Put a
didn't
bucket
think
of
of
water.
that.
So
need to have a
when
character
happens
that
at
has-
one point-
Water powers.
Can you make what's his
There's a
name?
blooper right there.
No, make that can be an actual scene with what's his
Alright,
name.
cut
That
this,
totally
cut
seems like
this.
something he'd do. No, don't cut this.
Oh, Nikolai?
Yeah, have Nikolai just like pour a bucket of water on one of them at one point and it like kind of sizzles out and then gets punched.
We had a
Seems like
super
an
chat
actual
question from Article asking if it connects with Worlds Apart.
Nope.
Oh, Arcticle. My apologies.
scene. Or, it's like,
I'm probably saying that so wrong.
oh, like Arcticle.
It's like Arctic and then
Yeah, it's like
article.
Yeah.
and article.
Tick, 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 tick.
What?
Just trying to just move it along.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. So we're going to talk about the Patreon really quick. Our Patreon is something we've had ongoing for many years as a way to support us, but recently we're kind of hoping to turn it more into a community kind of thing. We currently have around 100 patrons, but only about half of those are active, and about half of those are active on our Discord. So we have things we'd like to do with our Patreon, such as events just like this kind of thing, but make it like a kind of a patron exclusive thing. But without more members, it's kind of hard to do that thing to get people to show up. So if you'd like to join our Patreon community, please consider doing so. You can join for only $1 per month, and honestly, even $1 goes a long way. People sometimes are like, "Oh, $1's not very much," but it really does help support us. So if you do want to spend a little more, you can always get your skin and animations. I've been seeing a lot of questions come in on the other Q&A segments about having skins and animations. We do offer skins and animations, but it is a paid thing, unfortunately, because so many people want it. But you can actually have your skins in these animations we're working on right now, which is kind of interesting. So if you're looking forward to these animations, you can get your skin in them potentially. All the earnings of our Patreon go to help fund these projects as well. So if you want to support the projects, join the Patreon community, and get cool rewards, definitely pledge. And with that, we will be moving on to showing you the first look at Villager Raid.
Skyfall here. Hope you guys enjoyed that teaser for Village Raid. I spent a lot of time on this one, and I'm pretty happy with the outcome. As you can see, Steve and Alex are back at it again, and I can confirm that this is the same Steve and Alex from Animation Life. So at the end of Animation Life, you see Steve and Alex kind of going out into the world of Minecraft. So here we wanted to expand on their story, while also telling the very new story of the villagers and the pillagers, which is a new thing you might be familiar with from the 1.14 update. So for this animation, we plan on sticking as close to how things are in Minecraft as we can. So we also brought over a lot of the new blocks and textures from 1.14, like the campfire, the smoker thing. I don't exactly remember the name of that one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really want to spoil too much about it, so let's move over to the Q&A.
Alex, Steve!
Questions. Get your questions. There's
Alex,
already
Steve,
a-
Alex, Steve, Alex, Steve.
Alex, Steve,
Animation Life 4! Oh, first animation from Arctical
Animation Life
again.
4.
Is this Animation Life 4?
I think you could just call this an Animation Life spin-off, I guess. Not exactly Animation
Technically, it's
Life
a-
4.
Technically, it's a
It's
sequel,
not an
but it's not
Animation
like
Life.
the same.
Yeah, it's like you took that universe and then now made a kind of new series that it doesn't involve the
Yeah.
animation life aspects. They're not in like the program anymore. That was kind of at the end of Animation Life. They left the whole, animated program. Now they're just in Minecraft.
They're on a
now it's
Minecraft
but
server.
it's the same characters, same Alex and Steve, and Wolfie. There's already a question at the beginning. Will DERP be in it?
Will DERP be in it? I don't think so.
Oh no!
But
you
we'll
could-
have to just wait and see.
A derp villager.
No promises. A derplager.
Yeah.
As a kid, he's got the derp eyes, and they have to.
That has a ring to it.
Will you and or Bruno the Bat appear in this animation?
There's a possibility. I mean, I've been in, I think, every animation that I've done for BPS. I've been in it, so maybe. No promises, though. But this does take place on a server, so there's a possible chance. There will also be patrons and stuff, because it is a Minecraft server, so, other players and stuff like that.
Interesting question from someone. Why don't you have them wearing armor?
Because they're too bad and cool to wear armor. They don't need
Or
it,
because
man.
it's a nuisance to add armor.
Yeah, armor's always kind of a drag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
armor-
It's also
the reason
easy
why
to
they're-
recognize characters without armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, it was kind of like they're peaceful in the village, and they all of a sudden they get attacked. So they didn't really have time to grab armor and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Question from the wild artist. Can you make the derp ride on the pillager beast? There's no cap, so I had to like.
Oh,
Bloopers.
God.
Stay tuned for
mode.
bloopers.
Yeah. Stay tuned for bloopers.
Derp leading the
The
parade on the
pillagers.
village.
The pillagers is actually just an army of derps.
Their eyes are all messed up, and they're all in, like giant derp mode.
Villagers.
And what is
Super
the?
chat from Art. Will Alex get a cat?
Will Alex get a cat?
That's cool.
There's a possibility. I
Well,
mean, she
villages
is in a
have
village, and villages have cats. So yeah, there's a possibility. Alex
We
will
don't
get a
know
cat.
about
What do we
Seeing
have
lots
to
of
do
questions
here?
about release dates.
Oh yeah, you release
Yeah.
news.
It's too early to say. I haven't really done any major work on it yet, so I can't really give you a release date yet. So yeah, too early.
Yeah, most of everything you saw was pretty much just made in like the last week, right?
Yeah,
About a week ago,
yeah,
you didn't have anything of this. You just kind of been starting it about a week ago.
yeah.
So that got made quick.
It's part of the animation that's furthest off.
Mm-hmm.
So, someone asks if what made you decide to turn away from your traditional military-style guns blazing to animate more hack and slash?
I just wanted to do something that was very Minecrafty, I guess you could say. Before, I always had like custom weapons and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But I just wanted to like dive deep into how things are in Minecraft without adding stuff like guns and stuff like that. Yeah, vanilla Minecraft. Yeah.
Right.
There's a funny, just interesting trivia with the thumbnail having, or the little graphic had the pillager heads
Oh yeah.
were too
heads.
small.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you guys might have noticed that in the early renders.
Wait, it was still like that in there?
No, it's good now in the animations, but we had the old graphics of the small heads. So we had to go and fix that.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's funny.
I just
Well,
noticed.
Steve rig for villagers.
Did you just make a block and just parent it to their heads?
No, I think you did get away with extruding.
No,
it,
I
right?
extruded.
Yeah.
their heads.
Oh, I thought you
Well, that's what we
parented
were
a
saying,
block.
but no, he did extrude. It worked.
Question from
Will
Will
Steve
Lunch.
fall in lava
Okay.
again?
alright.
Will Steve fall in lava? It is animation life continuation.
It happens in a non-blooper. He actually falls in lava.
He falls in the well, and the well's actually like a pit of lava.
It just opens up to a pit of lava.
When you're running around a Minecraft world and there's like those little 4-block things of lava on the surface. it's tripping
Yeah.
over.
You've got to have a blooper where instead of coming to help the village, they just go into everyone's houses, raid their chests,
yeah.
take all their seeds,
Break all
take
the
Yeah.
wheat.
carrots.
Wasn't the whole thing
potatoes.
about? Isn't the whole thing
that
about
would be
pillagers
pretty
that they only
accurate to
attack?
Minecraft.
Isn't the whole thing about pillagers that they only attack after you've like killed their pillager
Yeah.
leader? So it's
Yeah, you
really
have to
your
attack
fault that
Yeah.
Yeah.
the village gets under
Alex and
attack.
Steve are the villains, confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
No, why did you tell me?
Question: what about like the length of the animation? Is this gonna be like animation life length?
I'm aiming for about 8 to 10 minutes for this animation. It's possible for it to be longer, but I'm not sure at this point. So yeah, about 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let's see.
But it's possibly gonna be my longest animation I've ever done. Oh, background noise for me.
Okay, I
Sorry
think
about
that's
Squeak, squeak.
probably have time for one more question. Then we'll end the
Question:
stream.
pizza or tea? This one's for
How was that
Skyfall.
the last-
Pizza or tea? I just like to take the tea and the pizza and dunk the pizza in the
Oh.
tea.
Pizza and the tea.
Oh.
Oh, Skyfall. No.
I'd call it
No, you can't
Alright,
do
you're
that.
fired. All right, you're
Pizza.
no
I
longer.
was going to file a complaint at the omission of tacos in this question, but I redact the omission. Keep my tacos out of this mess.
All right. so
Someone did ask about, are Alex and Steve going to live in the village once this is all over?
It's a bit too early to say, to be honest. So yeah, I can't really say as yet. It's not like completely, the story isn't completely written out or anything. So yeah, too early to say.
all right.
Alright, so is that about it? The live stream is about coming to an end now. So big thanks to everyone who was able to watch the stream live. We have currently around 500 people still watching, as well as those who watched the video even after the streams ended. Thanks again for the 3 million subscribers. And we have one final thing we'd like to show.
There's more.